Hello everyone. This video is an introduction to Git commands, and I will teach you the 5 commands that you need to survive for in your first year in the industry, in your school, or somewhere you've just started working. This video is not targeted to people who already know a bit about source control or about Git. So if you've used Subversion or Git before, this is your disclaimer to stop watching this video right now. Okay, so for people who are extremely new to Git, why do we even have source control, right? Let me begin with an introduction to that. So imagine that you are working in a company with 5 people right now, and you're working on this file, which is a simple CPP code, which has a few functions like this. And 2 of the developers are working on this exact same file and in this exact same function. If someone comes in and writes a comment here, while you go ahead and change the logic for printing here, and what will happen is at the end of the day, you both will have to communicate to each other, letting each other know that you've modified the same file, the same function, and which one of you should push first, which one of you should make the changes to a code repository first, and that requires a lot of collaboration. And in this small example of 5 people, you might have seen how complicated it gets to communicate, how many meetings that we will have to conduct with each other just to let each other know which functions, which files, which packages we are modifying. So imagine a company of 10,000 or a million people who are contributing to a source code, or contributing to configuration and stuff like that. So we need some centralized mechanism to control who can make changes, and if when you're making changes, somebody else has made changes, how to resolve them. And that is what is called source control. And every organization out there would like you to know a bit about source control before you join their organization, before you join any organization of any size. Uh, and this video will help you knowing a little bit on day one, and will get you through your first initial months of uh, code changes that you need to do. So let's begin. So what is the first thing that we need to do about when we want to work with Git? The first thing is you have to install Git. And although the standard command for this is, as mentioned here on the Git installation page for Linux, as you can see, I'm using Linux. There are other operating system commands that and procedures on this page, and make sure that you install Git for your operating system. So this is a standard command, sudo apt install git. Uh, Although this is a public repository for Git, make sure that you check if your employer already has a Git repository, and if you guys use that one, then figure out a way to install Git on your system in your organization. If not, then this is the standard command, and we'll just install it using this command. Once you do this, I've already installed Git, so I won't press enter. Once you do this, you will figure out, you just type in git to check that it's installed. So you can see a lot of commands have showed up. So Git is installed. Uh, cool. So what next? What next is you have to download the code that you want to modify on your computer right now, right? So working in colleges, we normally don't have to download code. We don't work with each other on large projects, right? And even if we do, we share code in zip files with each other. So in organizations, that's not how it works. You have to download code from a central repository, a central server. It's nothing but a server, and you need to just go ahead and download that code. So again, this URL or this Git server link will be specific to your organization, and you need to figure that out. For this demo, I'm going to use Opia's repository. Opia is a open source online learning platform, and their GitHub repository is can be found in GitHub Opia section. And if you come to this GitHub page, you can find uh, this is the main branch, and you come to this code section and you look at this, and this is the HTTPS link. You need to copy this from here, and you just need to come here and say, oops, You need to come here and just say git clone. You need to paste that link. That's it. That's all you need to do. So what it will do is it will create this Opia folder in whatever path that is open here. So in desktop, it will just clone the entire repository. Now, because the Opia repository is really big, I will not press enter, but you have a clone of this repository on your computer like that. So once you have this downloaded, it will create that folder and it will open up like something like this. This is the Opia file. This is the entire Opia project, and this is one of the files that I've opened up just for the demo. And uh, the first thing that you will see if you've landed in a big organization is a huge code base. So don't panic. You're just looking at the code base. Nobody is going to ask you to rewrite this. Nobody even wants you to understand this on day one. This understanding the entire code base is a huge ask, and it will take years to practice and to learn. Okay, so don't be flustered by the code base. Just open the file that if you know any file or any a task that has been given to you, and if you know how to track that file, just open that file. Look at whatever the code that you need to modify. It will be a small task that they've given to you. Let's make some changes here. So this is a TypeScript file. I'll just add my comment here. Okay, this is just adding my comment, and I will save this. And now I will go to Opia here and I'll check git status. And it will say I've modified one file, which is this debouncer file, this debouncer.service file with my comment. So you can check. So this is the git status command. This will always show you what is your current git status, what is your current code repository status, what kind of changes have you made in which files. So even if you add or delete files, it will add it in specific sections here in add and delete sections. Right now, you can only see the modified section because I have not added or deleted anything. So your entire thing will come up here in this section. All right, with after get status, what you want to do is you want to commit your changes. Before you commit your changes, you need to tell Git which changes it needs to pick up. Right now, we only have one change, so we'll just add that single change. But if you have multiple changes, additions, deletions, modifications, and whatever that you've changed, and then you want to now post to the server, you just add it all using the git add command. So this is your third command that you need to know. You always add the changes that you want to do. After this, you can do a git status again to check what is the status, and it will show you in green now the whatever files that you've added to be committed in the next comment. And how do we do that? We just put a git commit message here. Okay, this will open up this window, and you should always use this window, I would suggest, to comment, because here you get another chance to look at your changes, and if you spot a file that was unintentionally added, this is your chance to remove it. Also, I always add a meaningful message. Just not push just not push any commits with like pseudo messages, useless messages, right? So always add something here which is of value to other developers. So adding comments for debunker or whatever that service is called, right? Debunker service, whatever. And then you need to exit this. Okay, forgot how to exit. Okay, cool. Yep. And now, if you look at the git status, it will say that your branch is ahead by one commit. What is a branch? Don't worry. You just need to worry about making these changes right now. So your branch is ahead by one commit is what this will say. And once this is done, the entire process for a pull review or a code review in your organization will start. You need to look into internal documentation and check how does code review happen in your organization. Never push code without getting it reviewed from your seniors or from your peers. Always maintain that whatever amount of uh, approvals that you need to get for a code review. Once that is done, and another iteration of get status, get add, and get commit Uh, the next time you commit, though, make sure that you don't commit because that will create a new commit. You just need to do a git commit amend. And what this will do is it will amend your new changes, whatever other people have asked you to change, to this current commit. So the idea is you always want to be one commit ahead, not n commits ahead, because uh, people will not be able to track what were your steps. Even if you put good comments in there and good commit messages, nobody wants to track if you made 10 or 100 commits before pushing or merging your branch. Okay, so you got your approvals, you're now ready to push your changes, you're excited to make your first code change. But wait, there is an important step here that you need to do. You need to pull in other changes that were made by your fellow developers in the meanwhile when you were getting approvals, making changes in your local, then sending out for another level of approvals and stuff like that. So to do that, you must always pull in all the changes that other people have done. And the command for that is git pull rebase. What is rebase? Rebase does it pulls in all the changes that your developers have done, and then it applies your commit on top of it. And after this, after doing a git pull rebase, you should always build your entire application again, rerun your tests, and make sure that the changes are now working because other people might have changed some functionality and which might impact your code change. And the another command that people normally use is merge, git pull merge. But let's never do merge. It's always an industry recommendation to always rebase your changes. There are specific instances when we need to merge, and those are when we have separate branches, and we will talk about branches and merging them together in the next video. So once you've done a git pull rebase, the next thing after all of this is to git push. And once you do the git push, you will see your commit on top with your name and your commit message in your repository. And that should be the end goal for you. So thank you.